And that ends our action agenda for the night. We have one item on the discussion agenda, the Excel tuition-based pre-K program. Dr. Melton.
Madam Chair, board members, as we turn for discussion item number 1 under Exhibit F, if you'll turn with me to that. I have to say this was not by our planning. This was actually by request last year from the board to discuss this item in November that happens to be at Irmo Elementary. So it's quite circumstantial, but very ironic that we are discussing this here tonight. So looking at the discussion item we bring to you for recommendation, it's almost a 3-part recommendation that we have for you. First is that we continue Excel because of the success that we've had. Behind the exhibit memo, you will find a brochure that gives a little more details, particularly for our new board members, to make sure you have a clear understanding of what Excel is, which is a tuition-based preschool program. It's a 4K program for students here at Irmo Elementary. However, students from across the districts can participate. So it's an option for families who are looking for a child care solution that also could include after-school care. This aligns with expectations, curricular standards, but also child development theory to make sure that we're developing our students to be ready for a kindergarten experience that's positive. I will say for Irmo Elementary, we are also included with the state assessment for early childhood. It's not required that we participate with. However, we feel like it's important to make sure we're assessing our students in 4K, whether you're in a tuition-based program such as Excel or in our child development programs across School District 5. So if you'll look with me at Exhibit F, we're asking for continuation through this tuition-based program. We are asking also for it to be a permanent continuation. This came up after a discussion last year when we discussed this program. So we're bringing it back to you for that discussion item. And then thirdly, there has been interest shown both at the district office and also here at Irmo Elementary about the possibility of expanding the program where there's facilities and space available, whether it's a second class here at Irmo Elementary or perhaps a second class someplace else. If you remember, we did try this at another elementary school a couple of years ago, and unfortunately we couldn't have the numbers to warrant a second class in a separate location outside of Irmo Elementary, so we're bringing that back to you for discussion as well. Obviously, Ms. McCaskill's here. She can assist with any questions that you may have, but I will tell you the program is active and thriving. There are even students on a waiting list, and this time of the year, most families have found other child care solutions because, of course, they had to make decisions to be ready for the start of the school year. But I will say there is a waiting list here for Irmo Elementary. It has dwindled throughout the school year because they found other options, but it is gaining enough acclaim in the community that people are willing to wait to have a seat to get into this program. So I'll defer for any questions that you might have.
Are there any questions? Ms. Hammond.
Is there space to expand it here?
Currently, Ms. Hammond, there is space for an additional class here.
So we'd have room for it if it was expanded?
Yes, ma'am. That's based on this year's enrollment. You know, enrollment is fluid. It changes every year. So that's why the recommendation would include the third part of where space is available in case there is a surge of students to have choice here to Irmo Elementary in case the attendance were to increase. Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Melton, are the teachers paid on the same pay scale as the rest of our teachers?
Yes, ma'am, they are.
Okay.
And participate with professional development. Both the teacher and the teaching assistant both are included with that.
Excellent.
Mhm.
Excellent. All right. Any other questions? I think it's wonderful. We're in our second year. Is that correct? Third year.
This is our third year.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Third year.
That's great. I'm delighted that it's going so well, and I know it takes a welcoming school to make this succeed as well. So thank you very much to everyone at Irmo Elementary.
And Madam Chair, if I could add just a additional point, this is DSS accredited. So DSS does send a representative in to check the records, to check the program, to make sure that it is compliance with their expectations for their certification of their program. So that's an additional thing that Irmo Elementary has taken on, just to make sure the program is quality and competitive, but also in compliance with what is expected for child care.
Thank you. That's important.
Right.
Yes, Ms. Hammond.
Can I do one more question? How many enroll now here at Irmo in the program?
A class of 20 currently,
20?
which is our expectation. We are trying not to exceed 20. We're keeping it around 20.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Melton. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you bringing it to us early. Thank you very much. There are no more items on our agenda, so I will accept a motion for adjournment. Ms. Lovelace?
Madam Chair, I move that we adjourn.
Is there a second? Ms. Baumgartner seconds. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please raise your hands. All opposed? That passes unanimously. Thank you very much for being here, and look forward to seeing you in December at our next meeting.